Hey YouTube, how's it going? So I've got another recruitment website teardown for you today. I came across a website earlier, just browsing through LinkedIn. A recruitment company came up that I hadn't seen before. As I always do, I just looked at the website, and just so many things about this website really bother me. Again, I'm not trying to have a dig at anybody in particular. But just a lot stood out to me as kind of poor. Actually, the overall design's kind of okay, but you'll see what I mean. So let's jump in. I'll share my screen. So this is going to be quick. I don't want to spend too long on this today. I just wanted to point out a few little things that are just, for me, kind of simple design issues that could be pretty easily fixed. So here's the website. It's Signify Technology, and okay, so we've got this kind of hero with the background video. That's fine. Looks pretty nice. Everything you can see on this page, I think, is all right. My criticism here would probably be the logo. Actually, whenever you're on a slightly bigger screen, yeah, there we go. The logo there, it just gets massive, and square logos are just a problem in general on websites, especially when they have text in them, because when this shrinks whenever you kind of scroll down the page, you can still read that text, but it's not brilliant. I'd probably suggest having the text beside the kind of logo mark on the website if that was an option. Kind of means you can reduce the size of this kind of header bar a little bit as well. You're kind of a slave to this kind of square logo otherwise. Okay, so that's that. Nothing too much else to say about this. I think they could probably do a little bit more with the text, maybe bring some of these words out with color or making them bold or something. It's quite a lot of text for a headline, so maybe just bringing out some of the keywords there might make that a little bit more engaging. So scrolling down, and we start to get into the problems. This latest job section I just think is pretty horrific for a lot of reasons. First of all, we've got this kind of light grey, darker grey thing going on. A lot of grey. It's kind of very bland looking. Second of all, it's a slider with no navigation, and even if you hover, watch this, doesn't stop it sliding. Keeps sliding even if you're hovered over something. So just a pretty awful user experience. Not to mention, whenever you hover, you go to this white text on yellow background, which on one of my monitors was just almost impossible to read. So yeah, everything about this I don't really like. So what I'm just going to do, I probably wouldn't change the hover state, but just to kind of show you really quickly a couple of changes that could be made to this. I'm going to grab the background color of this section. I'm going to make it white. And then this dark grey on dark grey, I'm not a fan of. So I'm just going to go into that. So I've got my code inspector open on another window just because there's not a lot of space to kind of show it otherwise. But let me see if I can find where that background color is set. I think it's here. Okay, so that's using a slightly lighter grey now, so I think it's slightly more attractive, but I mean, I would honestly go a lot lighter than that again. Let me just lighten it up. See how far we can take that. Do you know, like, what's it look like white? Is that just going to be better? It's potentially better. It's all very boxy as well. Like, you'll see that in the rest of the design. Personally, I think that's better already. So let's click off that. This latest jobs, I don't like this reuse of the logo mark constantly. You'll see it throughout this design. It's like, we have to make it look branded, so we're just going to kind of throw that everywhere. It's just noisy, unnecessary. Nobody cares. I hate to say. I know that sounds really harsh, but like, people just don't need your logo slammed in their faces constantly. It's just, nobody needs it. It doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't look particularly good, I don't think. So I'm just going to recenter this because margin left 0. So that's centered that again. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna call that a win because I just think that looks nicer. This button's a bit aggressive, isn't it? I mean, compared to the size of the title, it's a view all what, so I'm just gonna jump in here. I mean, it's kind of obvious it's jobs, I get it, but why not make that a bit more explicit? And honestly, it just does not need to be as big as this, so let's reduce that down a little bit. Is that, I mean, that's a little bit better, I think. I wonder what this would look like bold. Do I have a font weight? There's font weight. Nah. I mean, maybe, but I'd have to play around with that for a bit longer. Okay, so there's my version of that section. Could obviously do a lot more. But yeah. This as well, like I'd probably try to differentiate visually between these 3 lines because it's just so it's a bit more scannable. Anyway, forget it for now. So this used to have the little logo beside it, but because of the styling I just made, that's been taken off. Here's another instance of just text that is horribly, horribly unreadable. This kind of white text on a transparent background over an image is just an accessibility nightmare. And I would be looking to change that. But for me, that whole section needs a lot of work. So there's that. And then here we go. This logo section. There's so many reasons I don't like this. What is with this thin black border? Why do some of the logos not have any white space around them? And why put it on this grey background? So let's just do a couple of things just to improve this section. It will not take much to improve it, I don't think. I know I'm being harsh, like I sound like I'm being harsh, but it does frustrate me a little bit. I'm guessing these guys paid good money for their website because I know who made it. Let me dig in here. I'm just trying to dig in a bit further to find out. I need to find out where this border is being applied, and I think it's right down low on here. Wow. Come on. Instantly better, right? I mean, for me, that's just so much nicer and cleaner. I don't really think there's any need for them to be black and white either, because there's a hover state, but like that makes them go color. But why? This page is, I mean, I guess they're going for this monochrome effect, but I think it's probably unnecessary, really. So I'm just gonna take that off. You can barely see it, but there are some colors there now. And then the footer for me is a complete mess. Some tiny font sizes going on here. I think it's like 12 pixel font sizes. What is that all about? It's not like there isn't plenty of room in this footer for a bit of text. So there's just bumping up the font size a little bit. I think that helps already. You know, this accreditation section just kind of parked underneath with the awards here. Like, what is going on? Tidy it up. This could just all look a hell of a lot better at the bottom, and it's kind of, as you get to the bottom of the page, it's the last thing you see, and it feels like a total afterthought. I'm not going to get into redesigning that now. So anyway, that's my kind of version of the page. I know it's not radically different, but I think it's an improvement. Then let me quickly show you some other pages. So the About Us page, which I'm just loading up now, that is just a ridiculous line length for text. Nobody wants to read that. Just ridiculous. Line length should be something between, I think it's like 50 and 75 characters. God knows what that is. And then you've got the title, and it's booted off to the side over here. Again, very strange for me. So let's just quickly see if we can tidy this up a little bit. And there's this right alignment thing going on, and it's not like, I don't think there's any kind of right alignment consistent throughout the site, so that all feels a bit odd. So I'm just going to left align the About Us. Again, if you could get that logo out of the way, it would really help. And then we've got this logo mark as well on this page. Again, do we need that? No. So I'm just going to get rid of that. We've already got the logo here. We don't need to see that logo over and over and over again. So let's sort this line length out, because it's ridiculous. So I'm just trying to find where the width of this is set. So I'm going to have to realign that title. But like, seriously, come in, even further. Are we catching up yet? I mean, we're getting to something readable. And not only that, okay, there we go. Do you know what? That centrally aligned above even looks better. So come on, is that not an improvement? Is that not a page that you're much more likely to start to read? And I would even break up that first paragraph, because you want to hook people's attention. You don't want the first paragraph to be the one that puts people off. You want to get people reading. So make that first paragraph really short, one sentence if possible. What else we got? Let's go to the clients page. This might be my last page. Okay, same problems really. I get it that there's a yellow thing going on, but who in their right mind thinks that is attractive looking? The yellow clashes with all these other colors. It makes it really busy. So let's just jump in and see if I can find where that border is being set, and then get rid, because it's awful. Oh, better already, right? I mean, because those are some amazing brands. You want to show them off. You want them to look great. They didn't. So again, I'm going to do this one slightly differently this time. So paragraphs, I'm going to give them a max width, and I'm going to set that relative to the font size, and I'm going to margin. This might not work. 1.5 auto did work. Much better. And again, you know, I do something with this. Let me see. Is this? Oh my goodness, that looks so much better already. Again, I'm gonna left align this, and I'm going to. Where is that container? What does that actually contain? I'm going to get rid of that again, that little logo thing, bye. And can I just bring the width of this container in without wrecking everything else? So the other thing is, I had it centrally aligned on the other page, but let's see if I can just eyeball this. I've gone too far. Something like that. Nice left align title this time. Text that's actually readable, logos that actually look good. This is not rocket science. I mean, it goes on and on. Client testimonials. Again, look at the length of that line. Nobody wants to read that. It is just difficult, intimidating, awful. What is with this weird emoji thing? It looks like it's like a download link or something. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. Just lots going on. Like, this is a successful company. This is a good, you know, a good brand. They work with amazing people. I don't understand how they're happy with their website looking like this. But there you go. Hopefully that showed you just a few simple design tweaks that could be made that could seriously improve the look of this website. I'll just go back to show you the way it was on the homepage. Again, there's loads of like potential with this design, but for me it just isn't implemented at all well, and some serious accessibility issues around readability of the text. I mean, that's the absolute critical problem. apart from some of the design just seeming like a bit of an afterthought. There you go. There's my recruitment website teardown for Signify Technology. Signify, I hope you're not offended. And I hope even that you might find that a little bit useful. Go back to your website vendor and say, sort it out. Okay, have a good weekend, everyone. Speak to you soon. Bye.